Welcome to episode 2. I've just started a trail here at Chapada dos Guimaraes. And it was a bit cool this morning, so I wore trousers and I'm already regretting it. It's really hot. It's already like 28 degrees or something, good one. And there's this trail that's going through the Chapada. The Chapada is like plateau-like mountains, I guess, best way. There's 3 famous ones that I can think of in Brazil. I'm sure there's more. This trail I'm doing goes through the Chapada for a bit and goes past some waterfalls. So we'll see what's happening. I hope you can hear all the insects around and birds, I guess. The noise is quite amazing from all directions. I guess they're just waking up. I've woken up. So I arrived in the Chapada dos Guimaraes area 3 days ago, driving north from Bonito and then Campo Grande, where I couch surfed for a couple of days. And then I'll be making plans for the next part. Next I'm going to the Pantanal, the biggest wetland in the world, where I'm hoping to see, well, alligators definitely, many of them, and other kind of smallish wildlife. But the big one is to see onça. That's Portuguese for jaguar. I think that means we're on the right track. I don't think it's too obvious that I'm sweaty. Is it? First waterfall has been reached and it is lovely and beautiful here and no one else is around. Waterfall number 3, this is Prainha, after going to, I can't remember the other 2 names now. Beautiful waterfall, but gonna get moving again. I know I look pretty amazing with my outfit now, but it is sunny and hot, and I'm gonna try and keep cool a little bit. It's not getting it's not getting any easier or cooler. Just come up from the last waterfall there, and yeah, a bit of a steep climb, but heading back to the motorbike now. And then got some things to sort out for the Pantanal tomorrow. Well, first tomorrow I'm heading to Cuiabá, the capital of this state, Mato Grosso. And then the next morning we'll head to Porto Jofre, which is on the end of the Transpantaneira, a road that goes right basically into the middle of this enormous wetland. And I should be going by motorbike, right? That's the idea, but whilst it's been dry and basically no rain for months, that was until about a week ago when it started raining, and a guide who's based in the wetland, said that if it rains at any point, then you can't go by motorbike, just can't. This road, this track, just becomes instantly muddy, impassable by motorbike. So I'm boringly hiring a car to do it instead, which is going to be more reliable, slightly safer. This guy said that if the motorbike gets stuck, then he can come and pick me up in his pickup truck. Great. All this planning and organisation sounds really impressive, doesn't it? I've not actually done very much of it at all. 2 days before this little trek, I went to visit another waterfall, and I met another traveller, a Brazilian called Lorena. And she's going to the Pantanal as well, and she had discovered that going to the Pantanal is really expensive. You pay per boat, so if there's one of you, you're paying for the whole boat. If there's 4 of you, you split the cost between the 4 of you. So she was trying to recruit people, and I was very happy to join her to make this trip cheaper. I'm meeting Lorena at the car hire place in Cuiabá, and then, as I said, we're driving by car as I've abandoned my motorbike, and then we'll go on the tour together. So I've got a broken bolt on my bike. It's not the most serious thing. This is only just keeping my top box on the bike. The broken bolt goes in this hole there, and then the not broken bolt goes in the other side there, and I've come to a mechanic to fix it all. It looks very scary, but it's all going to work out eventually. I've been promised. All right, the motorbike is fixed. Kind of. There is still fundamentally an issue there, but I'll think about that another time. This is my last day in Chapada dos Guimaraes, so last chance to see some beautiful things, and this is where I am now. Aqui começa o Pantanal do Mato Grosso. Here begins the Pantanal, and I've been wanting to do this for years now. Since I've basically first found out about it, I've been looking forward to doing this. Unfortunately, yeah, not on the motorbike, but on the car at the moment. Could have done it on the motorbike, it looks like, but who knows what the weather will do in the next couple of days. And so we started our drive on the Transpantaneira, this incredible road, the only road that goes really into the wetlands. And thanks to Lorena for these amazing drone shots, it really makes me want to get a drone as well. And you can start to get an idea of how empty these wetlands are. There are a few farms here and there that we passed on the road, but it's important to remember that this is all at dry season. The water level is significantly lower than it is during the wet season, so although it does look pretty wet in these shots, and you can see a couple of rivers, in the wet season it really becomes a totally different kind of place. And you can see from the bridge here all those little black dots in the water are crocodiles. I have never seen so many crocodiles. Right next to the road, right next to the bridge, are many of the crocodiles floating around here. Okay, we've arrived after a exciting drive, driving this little two-wheel drive thing. My word, it is muddy. It was an exciting drive, but we've arrived, and I'm going to be setting up the tent there, not where there are more insects than you've ever seen in your entire life. There, that is insane. Yeah. And now we're going to go for a little explore of what's nearby, see if we can see some alligators. There was indeed some crocodiles in the river just about 20 meters away from us, but we were assured that they never came up to the land. It's a little bit more exciting putting a tent up in the dark. This was the cheapest way that we could do it, though. The lodges were incredibly expensive for our budget, so tent for me, and Lorena slept in the car. And the next day we were up fairly early, although much delayed, to set off on the tour. There's a Jaguar.
Oi? Eles estão caçando? They're hunting. Oh my god.
Because we set off slightly, an hour later than we were supposed to, we were way behind all the other tourists. But that actually fortuitously meant that we saw those two jaguars first before anyone else. Then the guides radioed to all the other guides and let them know what's happening. So we were soon met by those hordes of tourists. We sat in our boat below this jaguar for over an hour, eating our lunch. The jaguars are certainly the main attraction, but it's not just them that you can see in the Pantanal. I was so pleased to see the capybara. And then these giant otter as well are quite amazing to see swimming around, especially when one of them is demolishing a fish. It really was an incredible day. 10 hours out on that little boat, looking for wildlife the whole time with our amazing guide. Really was an incredible day. And let's have a look at those two jaguars hunting one more time.